You didn't win the lottery. You didn't inherit anything. You didn't start a company. You just made one decision 11 years ago and never changed it. And this morning, while you were still asleep, $67 moved into your account. Not from work. Not from anyone. From owning. This is what that looks like from the beginning. $10,000. First step. You are 25. You have $10,000 saved. It took you 18 months. You skipped things. You said no to things. You watched people around you spend freely, and you held your money like it was the last of something. Most people at this point buy something. A trip. New furniture. Something to show for the saving. You open a brokerage account instead. You buy a dividend ETF. Something boring. Something your friends would never recognize the ticker of. At 4% yield, $10,000 pays you $400 a year. $400. You look at that number and feel the urge to dismiss it. You don't. Because this $400 is different from every dollar you have ever made. Every other dollar you earned came from hours. Hours at a desk. Hours commuting. Hours performing productivity in meetings that had nothing to do with you. This $400 came from sleeping. The dividend hits your account on a Tuesday morning and you are already at work when it arrives. You didn't do anything. You didn't show up anywhere. The money just appeared. You click reinvest. You watch the share count go up by a fraction. Nobody at work knows this happened. You don't tell them. Some things are better kept quiet. $25,000. Pattern forms. You are 27. 2 years of the same decision. Every month. Contribute. Reinvest. Don't touch it. $25,000 now. Pays you $1,000 a year. $1,000. Your phone bill for the year. Your streaming subscriptions. 3 months of groceries. Paid by money you didn't earn this year. A friend mentions he got a raise. $8,000 more per year. He's thinking about a new car. You congratulate him. You don't mention that your portfolio just quietly added $1,000 to your annual income without you asking for a raise, without performing in a review, without waiting for someone above you to decide you were worth more. You sit in traffic on a Thursday morning. The car next to you has a lease sticker, $749 a month. You do the math without meaning to. That's $8,988 a year. That's almost your entire dividend. Someone next to you is spending what your money earns just to sit in the same traffic. You don't judge them. You just understand something they don't yet. $50,000. Something sifts. You are 29. $50,000. It pays you $2,000 a year. $2,000. Your electric bill, your internet, your gas for the year. All of it covered by dividends. You flip a light switch, and for a second you think about the fact that the electricity is being paid by shares, sitting in an account somewhere doing nothing but existing. You go to a family dinner on a Saturday night. Your cousin announces he bought a boat. Everyone reacts the way people react to boats. You smile. You eat your food. You think about the $50,000 sitting quietly in an account that nobody at this table knows about. He financed the boat, $680 a month. You add it up in your head. $8,160 a year. For a boat that will depreciate and sit in storage 8 months out of 12, your $50,000 will still be there next year. Bigger than this year. Paying more than this year. You drive home and feel something you hadn't expected. Not superiority. Patience. You feel like someone who has learned to wait and discovered that waiting has a return rate. $100,000. You are 32, $100,000 invested. The number that felt impossible at 25. It pays you $4,000 a year. $4,000. A full year of groceries. Every egg, every bag of coffee, every piece of chicken you will eat for 12 months. Paid for by money sitting in an account you rarely look at. You go to Whole Foods on a Saturday morning. You put things in the cart without checking prices. Not because you are wealthy, because $4,000 a year has already covered this category. Your shares are buying your groceries before you get to the register. You laugh quietly at the produce section. Nobody knows why. Then it happens. A college friend calls. He found a stock. 14% yield. Monthly payments. He says it's the best thing he's seen in years. You ask him to send the chart. You look at it for 90 seconds. The price has dropped 38% in 18 months. The yield looks huge, because the stock itself collapsed. Every dividend payment is coming out of a company that is slowly bleeding out. The yield will get cut. The price will keep falling. You will lose more principal than you ever collected in dividends. You tell him to be careful. He buys $15,000 of it that week. 4 months later, he calls again. The dividend was cut in half. The stock dropped another 25%. He doesn't talk about it after that. You keep your boring ETF. You keep walking through Whole Foods on Saturdays. The rule is simple. If the yield looks like an opportunity, it's usually a warning dressed up as one. $250,000. $250,000. You are 36. $250,000. Nobody at your office knows you have this. It pays you $10,000 a year. $10,000. Your car insurance, your registration, your gas, your maintenance. Every mile you drive this year is being paid for by shares you bought years ago and never sold. You drive a 2020 Honda that you paid off 2 years ago. The heat works. The Bluetooth works. The car owes you nothing. The man in the lane next to you on Tuesday morning is driving something brand new. You can see it in how he holds the wheel. There's tension in his hands. His jaw is tight. His phone keeps going off. He's not driving that car. That car is driving him. $900 a month. $10,800 a year. More than your entire dividend income. Going to a depreciating asset. Every year. Your car costs you nothing this year. His car is the reason he can't invest. You park in your driveway that evening and sit for a minute before going inside. You are 36 years old and the math is finally working for you instead of against you. $500,000. $500,000. You are 39, $500,000 invested. It pays you $20,000 a year. $20,000. Rent for a year in most American cities. Your groceries, your utilities, your subscriptions, your gas. The basic operating cost of being alive in this country, covered by dividends. This is the number financial planners call the floor. At $500,000, you could stop working tomorrow and not run out of food. You would not be comfortable. You would not travel. But the floor would hold. You learn this on a Friday afternoon. Your boss comes in at 4:45. He needs something. He needs it tonight. He's stressed in that way that makes everyone around him stressed. You used to feel that stress the moment it walked through the door. This time, you feel something different. You feel like someone who is here by choice. You say yes. You stay late. You do the work. But the yes is different now. It came from a different place. Not from fear. Not from need. From a decision that you are still choosing to be here. You drive home at 9 p.m. The parking lot is empty. You sit in the car for a moment before going inside. You think about the version of you at 25 who clicked reinvest for the first time. That person could not have imagined this parking lot. $1 million. $1 million invested. You are 42. $1 million invested. It pays you $40,000 a year. $40,000. The median American household income. Replaced. Permanently. Without selling a single share. You sit at your kitchen table on a Wednesday night and open a tax calculator. $40,000. Qualified dividends. Single filer. You hit enter. The screen shows 0. You check it again. Under $47,025 in qualified dividends, the federal tax rate is 0%. Your friends with salaries lose 22% to 24% before the money reaches their account. Their raises get taxed immediately. Their overtime gets taxed. Their bonuses get taxed. Your $40,000 arrives whole. You sit with that for a long time. You go to work the next morning. Your boss talks about quarterly targets. You listen. You contribute. You do your job well. Nobody in that room knows that you could stop showing up on Monday and your life would not materially change. You walk to lunch alone. You sit outside. You eat something simple. You think about the woman at the desk next to you who has been at this company longer than you have. She will retire with a fraction of what you will have. Not because she worked less, because she never clicked reinvest. $1 million doesn't buy freedom. It buys silence. The quiet kind. Where you sit in a room full of noise and realize none of it has power over you anymore. $1,500,000. Exit number. You are 45. $1.5 million invested. It pays you $60,000 a year. $60,000. What financial researchers say the average American retiree actually needs to live, not survive. Live, covered by dividends, without touching the principal, which means the principal keeps growing. Which means next year it pays more. Which means the year after that it pays more still. You read a study over coffee one morning. Americans say they need $1.46 million to retire comfortably. The number is in a headline, shared millions of times, commented on by people who say it's impossible. You already have more. You open your laptop. You write one email. You tell your boss you are done. You don't explain why. You don't give a long notice. You thank them for the years. You close the laptop. You do not feel dramatic about it. You feel the way you felt 11 years ago on a Tuesday morning when $41 hit your account while you were still asleep. Calm. Quiet. Sure, you didn't get rich. You didn't get lucky. You made one decision when you were 25. You clicked reinvest every single time. You waited when everyone around you was spending. And one morning you woke up and the math had finished what you started. You own your mornings now. All of them. Forever. Somewhere right now, someone is looking at $10,000 in their savings account. They're trying to decide what to do with it. A trip sounds good. A couch they've been wanting. Something that would feel like a reward for saving. They don't know yet that the decision they make in the next 48 hours could be the most expensive decision of their life. Not because of what they spend, because of what they don't start. The dividend that would have grown from that $10,000 over 20 years doesn't announce itself. It just quietly stops existing. The version of them at 45 sitting in a parking lot feeling optional never arrives. Instead, the alarm goes off at 6:14 every morning, and they answer it. The math doesn't care about your feelings about it. It just runs. The only question is whether it's running for you or without you.